afternoon and welcome to this Ferrovial Lab panel. My name is Javier Lopez, Energy Innovation Lead at Ferrovial Corporation. And it's my pleasure to introduce today such great panelists. So let's start with it. We have today with us Bisma Rodriguez. Good afternoon.
Bisma Hernandez.
Bisma Hernandez, sorry. Yeah, that's right.
I saw him was with a helmet and a very bright and safety and compliant clothes. So it's a very different environment.
Better today. Bisma Hernandez is founder and CEO of Clever Solar Devices, a Spanish startup company dedicated for the commercialization of hardware and software solutions for the renewable energy industry. But we also have with us Darío Lorente. Darío is the regional sales manager at Trimble.
Thank you
As you
very
all
much.
know, Trimble is an international company, a global leader in innovation with a huge portfolio of digital solutions from construction to transportation. So a pleasure to be here with you today. And last but not least, we have Carlos Menéndez, Head of Technical Resources and Innovation at Ferrovial Machinery Park. Ferrovial Machinery Park is the main hoster of the majority of the innovations that we develop in the Ferrovial Lab. So we will have a great talk today with you all. And just to start with you, you are leaders, let's say, of your fields, but also you embody the goals of Ferrovial Lab. Ferrovial Lab understood as an innovation environment in which we pursue at Ferrovial three main objectives: to boost experimentation and validation of new technologies, to foster collaboration between companies, and at the end, to reduce deployment risks and support scalability and adoption of new techs. So what better way to explain a concept that to explain it through clear examples of collaboration as we are going to do today. Let's jump directly to some questions to you, and hopefully we will all enjoy this session together. So Bisma, starting with you. Clever Solar Devices is a clear example of collaboration between Ferrovial and the startup ecosystem. Your company was included in the Wall of Fame last year, and here we are today being able to talk about us. So can you give us some details on what we have been doing this last year? And
what we do in Clever Solar Devices is to digitalize the operation and maintenance on photovoltaic industry, something that we call Photovoltaics 4.0, that helps to reduce 70% of the operational cost and recover up to 12% of the energy production. We say that to Ferrovial, and Ferrovial said, okay, I believe you. Now you should come here to demonstrate that you are saying and you are doing what you say. They placed the most advanced technology, a new challenge in front of us, and we start to work together to develop something not for today, but as well as looking for the future. And this is how we start to create a new product ready for industrialization.
That's right. And maybe talking about present and future again, what's coming between both of us? What kind of product development are we going to achieve in the following months?
I think that something positive about Ferrovial Lab is how different companies work together in the technical industrial environment. For instance, well, we are here with Trimble. We are speaking about photovoltaics 4.0, but the positive synergies that we found with other different companies that are working in the same environment maybe represent, in the case of Trimble, the jump to photovoltaics 5.0. That is something very futuristic, but it's close to us. And as well as, interesting synergies between different virtual escalas that we could have with qualifying photovoltaics. That is one of the companies that is providing support as well on photovoltaic industry. So at the end is how to collaborate and looking forward more than solve one specific solution, looking around to solve the overall, let me say, environment.
Can you explain to us a little bit on the layout of our field of experimentation? What kind of sensors we had installing there?
Well, in the case of the lab, we have a real environment with a very advanced photovoltaic PV module, something that is huge ones of 700 watts, real production installation. With a sun tracker. Is a very small, realistic power plant, and this is what we use to demonstrate that well, we can achieve the different objectives we can measure. We are in the sensor part. Qualifying photovoltaics is more in relation with other part of the installation, like sensors, and of course, Trimble with the virtual reality.
Great, thank you. And following with you, Dario, it's a long-term relationship, the one between Ferrovial
Pretty long, yes.
and Trimble. And now we are again collaborating in this innovation sandbox environment. So I would like to ask you firstly, what kind of challenges are we trying to achieve?
Well, I mean, our biggest challenge today is to digitalize the construction industry. The goal about digitalizing how we work and how we build infrastructure is actually to make it faster, cheaper, and greener. You know, that's the common target that everyone in the industry has. So for that purpose, we are focusing mainly on the robotization and automation. And as a few examples, if you allow me to make some examples, very recently, in one of your subsidiaries in the US, Weber, we had a pilot program in which we had two excavators working together, one with automation, the other one working in a traditional way, same as a bulldozer, one used in a traditional way plus another one with automation. And we were able to measure amazing increases in productivity for the same assets. So much so that actually we are expanding this pilot not into automation, but full autonomy of earth-moving machinery. So our goal is to beta test a fully autonomous soil compactor in the US with you in a real environment very soon, probably before the end of the summer. And last but not least, if you recall the last South Summit here in Madrid, we were showing in the Ferrovial booth one of our robots, which are used for solar projects, for example. I mean, it's long to explain here, but we are essentially automating a lot of the jobs that people are doing on the field right now. And yeah, I do believe that there is a lot of collaboration potential between companies working in the lab, not only between Trimble and Ferrovial. Yes?
And indeed, Trimble already has a sandbox environment in the US, but you are getting out of this sandbox, coming to us to collaborate with us. Can you tell us some details on
Absolutely, yes.
Why?
So the best sandbox that we can have is a real job site. We in Trimble, we are technology developers. So we do have an area in Ohio, in Dayton, where actually we can run some machines, but it's not the same as a real job site. You know, in a job site, there is plenty of variables that you cannot control. Things need to be tested in real life environments. And for us, you know, the best sandbox that we can have with Ferrovial is having access to your job sites to actually test our new developments.
Great. And following with you, Carlos, as I said at the beginning, you are the main hoster of the majority of the projects that we are undertaking within this Ferrovial Lab initiative. And indeed, I think you are also an example of how a business unit is collaborating with innovation. Yeah. And at the end, you are an example to other parts of our company in order to open the doors to innovation. So, can you tell us some thoughts on how this relationship between both of us has been built?
Yes, we have to start for the beginning of the things because machinery service at Ferrovial is one of the units with the longest tradition in innovation in the company. But at the start, initially the innovation branch was very decentralized. This means that sometimes there were good ideas, but the potential of the company wasn't realized to the full extent. And also, the information didn't flow in an agile way that we like. Sometimes the information gets to the people when the project was finished on the last steps of the trial or test. So at the same time, a few years ago, we thought that the best contribution to the company for us is to take part in projects of innovation that went beyond the use of the machines. So being involved with another units and people in the company that are doing innovation, we thought that we can have greater impact inside the company and better projects. So as a result of this, we start to promote the use of our facilities inside the company. The first was asking for collaboration with us, and later offering our collaboration for projects led by others, like you know. The result is that the Ferrovial Lab, or Machinery Service Lab, is like an stable hub when a lot of projects come there. It put to the machinery service, like I say, in the eye of the hurricane, because we are in the center, in the middle, and we are in contact with all the units in the company that are doing projects, innovation. So for us, it's a big advantage. We are in contact with all the people that are developing new technologies, and for the advantage is that they are in contact with the department inside the company that operates and manages the big equipment for construction. So,
and Carlos, behind enabling the physical environment of the machinery part for the Ferrovial Lab initiatives, and also your team. Sorry, I forgot the question. I wanted to ask about examples, clear examples to our audience.
Yes, is what we have. What we offer is a part of our capacity is that. And what the people of different units think that we can use is that the project that we are developing inside the company can be developed inside an area that is an enclosed area, a controlled area, and a safe area owned by the company. So we are very confident about the works that we are doing there. And also we have implemented a tool very recently that is a tool that permits to the people that do innovation in the company to know what other units are doing. We share with this tool, we can share the information about the project, and what we are looking for is for better ideas and to create stronger teams.
Okay, great, thank you.
Let me include something. So from a startup point of view, to work with Ferrovial represents something more than do a proof of concept. We did it in the past with other utility companies, and it's important. The difference that I would like to highlight that is not only the proof of concept, is how you deliver after that to the market. So to be involved not only the innovation department, but as well involve other parts in the business is very important, not only to demonstrate the success of the technology solution, but as well the success from market point of view. So I think that from Ferrovial, this is something that you capture very well, because at least from the point of view of one small startup, it was very well managed in the terms of being in contact with the right people, having the right feedback in the right moment, and as well always challenge us to move faster and do it better.
And trying to correlate this market entrance and the ecosystem itself of the Ferrovial Lab, because at the end we have been talking today about bidirectional relationships in which we collaborate each other together, but also Ferrovial Labs represent that ecosystem for all of us, an ecosystem in which we promote collaboration from Ferrovial to the ecosystem, but also from the ecosystem to the ecosystem. So what are your thoughts on this regard? Does it enrich the product development, the collaboration between other companies?
In that sense, it's very positive. We have the opportunity now to be in contact maybe with other corporations like Cener, that is one of the reference ones here in Spain, that at the end what is adding is knowledge about technical point of views that we can include in our solution, we can compatibilize with other solutions, and at the end we can improve our strengths. And something that is very interesting as well is not only the exposure to other companies, that is quite nice, because always when there are in the middle one big company like Ferrovial, everything is here, so it's like, hey, guys, you do something great. Why not having some conversations, because maybe you can do it something bigger.
Let's go.
And the good thing is the next step. So what happens when innovation comes, when you provide some results? well, the following steps is to deliver to the market, and this is something that we are working with Ferrovial. The next steps, that is win-to-win collaboration, a win-to-win agreement, where not only Ferrovial is looking forward their own interest, is understanding what Clever is, and is, well, doing the better to do what Clever is doing, to scale what Clever is doing, and try to have the best to be included in Ferrovial.
And indeed, of course, our collaboration goal, the final goal, is to scale against our business unit. This kind of next step that we are going to develop together and with the ecosystem also, it's correlated with the sandbox environment, the physical environment at Ferrovial Machinery Park, or it goes farther?
So definitely yes. So we need to have one environment altogether. So we don't have very often the opportunity to be with other companies doing innovation. So most of the time we are alone doing some stuff, and this is not as, let me say, efficient like to be with other brains, with other eyes looking for the same solution. It's especially interesting because it's an under control environment, but it's a realistic one. It's not like I have a couple panels that is working there and I am doing some tests. So it's a real production environment that represents a real production plant that is very useful to have some results and use it to deliver to other power installations. So it's like a very first step that helps us to go to other installations, to other production plants with everything under control, let me say.
I'm sure that we will end up with our business units with the final commercialization of the products. And maybe the same question to you, Dario, in terms of ecosystem and collaboration, what are your thoughts on this regard?
Well, for us, it's been a lot of lessons learned in terms of ecosystem. Mainly because the area where we are normally working, it's installing technology on machines. And as Carlos probably knows, most of our customers do have mixed fleets. And those mixed fleets comes with technology from many OEMs, many manufacturers. And Trimble, as a provider of a technology platform, we cannot fight the war in our own, let's say. So we need to play nice with other partners in the industry. So we need to develop data interfaces with machines manufactured by the biggest OEMs, Komatsu, Caterpillar, Volvo, but there is also small OEMs, especially now that, for example, in Spain, we do have a lot of solar projects. We start seeing a lot of machines over there with, which are not so popular. So at the end, we are working in the development of common standards in the industry, so that no matter if you are a small manufacturer of machines that actually pile posts to put some solar panels in a solar development, you can still enjoy the best and brightest of the technologies in the market.
Mm-hmm. Great. And maybe on the other side, Carlos, you are the hoster of the innovations, and maybe it's interesting to know why we have to count with your team. What kind of support?
Why? Because we're the better in the company. No.
But what kind of support can we expect? Not just us, but also
like
our
you say, what we would like to do in Ferrovial Lab is to make all the trial or all the tests in a condition as similar to the real condition of work that we are going to have in the future.
I agree.
So we are always working, thinking in the future, how to move or to carry this innovation to the real life. What we have there to do these activities is, for example, we have two facilities. The main facility is in Seseña, in the south of Madrid. We have there about 125,000 square meters of warehouse, office, with all the facilities, that electricity, all the facilities. 130 people, operator of machinery, specialists, administrative staff, engineers. These people are like a stable unit inside the company that have the knowledge about how to construct or how to use the equipment for the civil works. So we are a unit that gives a very important value for the project that is directly related with the core of activity. But these people is also very good professional. So sometimes we can collaborate with other projects that are out of our core. It's not in our skills, but then these projects are led by others. For example, like Clever Solar have in our facilities their devices, something about different kind of storage of energy. These projects are led by others. We collaborate with them. But this environment that we have in Cesena is at disposition. Also, we are not only there. We are in all the projects that the company have around the world. So when we have a solution tested in our laboratory or in our labs, we can move to a project, for example, in Chile, or in the United States, or in Australia. So I think that it's a good advantage. It's a powerful tool for all the company, and we have promoted the use of our facilities inside the company.
Thank you, Carlos. And as we have maybe 1-2 more minutes to talk with you,
I would like just to explain how is the Ferrovial lab, just for all the people imagine how is. I was the first time some months ago, and when you arrive to one place like Ferrovial lab, you arrive to one huge space where are machines. I don't know how is the wheel, like 2 meters tall, 3 meters, so impressive. So when you arrive, you can feel that something great is there. So it's not only in relation with the innovation, it's in relation with the activity that is done there. And I think that,
indeed, always Carlos is our tourist guide.
I had the pleasure to be with Carlos visiting the installations. That is, amazing. And this is a new reason why, to be there, to understand the situation, to understand the context, to understand how Ferrovial Lab would like to do there, maybe encourage you further to do it even better than you were thinking in the very beginning, because you know that you are with the biggers, and when you are working with high companies, you try to extract not your 100%, you are trying to extract your 120%, so more than you can give. So for me, to be in Ferrovial and see how is the place is amazing. Even with the, let me say, boring photovoltaic PV modules, I guess something are quite static. The magic comes after that with the energy and so on, but there is something farther than the lab itself. So it's the environment that is around.
It seems
Thank you, Bismarck.
So, Dario, some final thoughts on maybe excitate others to collaborate with us?
Yeah, so for me, my final thoughts are all around the industry we work in, you know. So everyone which is working in the construction industry knows that we are not really in the best industry to actually develop innovations. The construction industry is very conservative.
Yes.
It's an industry which I would say is moving a lot geographically, so it's very difficult to implement new technologies on one side because this side will be moved to another location tomorrow.
And also regulations. Sometimes
the regulations are...
The standards are very, very...
Yes, absolutely. It's a nightmare, I would say, of the regulations we need to follow. So this is probably one of the reasons why the construction industry is one of the main sectors of the economy which has actually lost productivity in the last decades. So for us, my final thoughts about your lab is it gives us let's say, the potential to actually develop something that we would not be able to develop if it was not, we wouldn't be able to develop it if it was not by going to a site ourselves. People working in sites are very, time conscious. They really are focused in productivity, and they simply don't have the time to stop a machine for a few days just for some weird Trimble guys bringing some technology and installing it on a machine. Therefore, being able to have a friendly environment in your projects, like the one we did in the road in Texas recently, it's of incredible value to us. We wouldn't be able to fine-tune our solutions the way we do it if we were not having, partnerships like yours.
Great news. So, Carlos, we are going to see our faces for a long time, just listening our speakers. We are running out of time, you can guess it, but we have a time clock here, which is quite stressing. And I would like to thank you all for your presence. Thank you to these great speakers. It has been an honor to share thoughts on innovation with you. And thank you, of course, to South Summit for giving us the opportunity to share a part of our job and our passion. As we have discussed today, Ferrovial is opening its doors to collaboration and co-innovation. Now is your chance to be part of this forward-thinking ecosystem, but there is only one last question to be solved. Are you ready for a wall on the move? Have a nice day.